Hello, it's Zach with a podcast named Tim here with a Star Wars The Clone Wars review. And it's actually a movie review today because we're going to be discussing the theatrical movie that was released that launched this epic show that has become so beloved by Star Wars fans. Didn't start like that in the beginning, and we'll get into that. But before we get into the review, where there are going to be, I guess, spoilers, it's a movie that came out in 2008, so be warned. Please give the video a thumbs up, like the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you've never checked us out, we do Clone Wars, we're doing Star Wars stuff, we do Power Ranger stuff, and we do movie reviews as well. So this is perfect because it's kind of a synergy between the two, or between two of the three. So Star Wars The Clone Wars came out in, again, 2008, has a PG rating, 1 hour and 38-minute runtime, a 5.9 on IMDb, a 18% on the tomato meter, and a 39% from the audience score. It was directed by one Dave Filoni, who of course is beloved now from Star Wars by Star Wars fans for his work with The Clone Wars, the TV show, and of course the Mandalorian, which is an amazing show. Stars a tremendous amount of voice actors who would, I think, all would reprise their roles for the Clone Wars TV show, which went on to become some of the best Star Wars. But how did this movie line up with everything else? It was better this time than I remember, and I will say that for sure. If you remember the story of this movie, we're on Christophsis for a big battle, just a lot of explosions, fighting robots with the droids. And then we find out that Anakin Skywalker is being chosen to become a Jedi Master, or to master an apprentice, and that being young Padawan Ahsoka Tano. And if you remember, while she's a beloved character now, she was not when she came out. It was a lot of Star Wars fans in the universe did not look very brightly on that character, and but it's great that she's been able to come through great writing and great storytelling. Just an excellent character, and it should be a reminder to all of us, including myself, that to maybe give Star Wars some time, because sometimes they have a lot of really in-depth things that they need to do, and this is just one. This is just the starting point of the journey. We got to get all the way through, and it's fascinating because having watched all of the Clone Wars now, and now that we've seen almost Ahsoka's animated, it made me appreciate this movie that much more, because it just put a little smirk on my face to see Anakin and Ahsoka starting to build that relationship, and there's their dynamic there with Snips and Sky Guy, and just the fun banter they had. So it was great to see that. But after Christophsis and the big, just giant battle that we have, we are on the weird kind of mission that's going on, which is we're going to save Jabba the Hutt's baby. So before baby Yoda, Grogu, there was little baby Jabba. And so we're going to save baby Jabba, and the reason we're doing this is basically the Separatists and the Jedi/Republic want to use the Outer Rim, which Jabba controls, in order to be able to maneuver their fleets through that territory to give them a tactical advantage. And so the bad guys, of course, actually stole the baby, and they're going to try and frame the Skywalkers. There's a lot of action in this book. The animation is a little choppy because it's 2008 animation, and even in some of the earlier seasons of the Clone Wars, you can still see it. But overall, I enjoyed the movie a lot more. The Jabba thing feels not great. I don't mind Zero the Hutt. I think he's in a couple more episodes of the Clone Wars, and I do really appreciate some of those episodes. I don't know if it's ever explained why Jabba speaks in Huttonese and Zero speaks in Basic, but there's that. One of the things that really annoyed me about this episode, or this movie, which felt like 3 or 4 episodes kind of just smashed together, the Clone Wars. And as you know, with the Clone Wars, they did several arcs that lasted several episodes. Some of them were really good. some of them weren't so good. And this felt like a lower tier one. I don't know why they chose this as the starting off point to be the story that they wanted to introduce, but it is what it is. And what's great about it, though, what was annoying me, was that when they were at Jabba's palace, after just watching The Mandalorian and seeing the end of that, I was wondering where Bib Fortuna was. And if you don't know who Bib Fortuna is, he's the Twi'lek, or Twi'lek, however you say it, with the white pasty skin. He's at Jabba's side in Return of the Jedi and in The Phantom Menace, the pod races. And it was just, there was a little, protocol droid that was helping out Jabba. And I was like, and I know he would have one, but I just didn't see Bib Fortuna introduce anyone, greet anyone, or anything. So where was Bib Fortuna? That's all I want to know. Maybe I'm sure someone's asked this. I'm sure there's an explanation for where he is. But it's a weird story because I would have liked to get into Anakin's hate for the Hutts, and what they did a little bit more. They did a great job in this movie, looking back on beginning that initial relationship and hinting at what we're going to see in the Clone Wars TV show, which is that descent of Anakin into Darth Vader. So all in all, better than I remember. Still not great, but happy that it is part of the Star Wars. I'm happy that I recognize it and appreciate it now as an important part of the Clone Wars story and the greater Star Wars story, instead of it just being when it came out as a really bad movie. Well, that's pretty much it here. Please give a thumbs up again to the video, like it, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back with the main series for the next episode, and which I believe is from Season 3, Episode 1. It's something about the clones. It's one of the clone training ones. So we'll see you next time here on a podcast named Tim. And please let me know your thoughts on the movie and where we are Clone Wars-wise. And if you know where Bib Fortuna is, that's the most important thing. See ya.